Yo. um. Wow. Where do I start? Canelo versus Bivol. Uh. Man, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. And as we all know, if you don't know yet, the fight went the distance. It went the whole 12 rounds. And Dmitry Bivol remains the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, winning by unanimous decision across all scorecards, 115, 113. Definitely, arguably a close fight. I gave every single close round I can give to Canelo, and I had it 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Bivol. I can only give 5 rounds to Canelo. And I was like, man, it's still kind of close. There's no way Bivol is going to get a decision here. Because I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Going into this fight, I just couldn't see Bivol winning this fight by decision. I've said that he can win by decision, but there's no way, he will win by decision. It's in Vegas. It's a Mexican pro crowd. He's Russian, and we all know what's going on in Russia right now. And I just couldn't, fathom in my mind. I just couldn't imagine Bivol getting a decision win here in the United States of America, especially in Vegas, and he still got it. He still got it. So there is hope. There is hope in the sport of boxing that the right people will win, and they did it in this fight, a mega fight against the biggest star, the biggest pound for pound king in today's boxing, in Canelo. They gave it to the right winner. And we all know Canelo hasn't been in controversial fights. Top of my head is the Lara and first Triple G fight. I honestly thought Lara and Triple G won those fights, but obviously it didn't go that way. And here I thought Bivol won the fight, and it actually went that way. And if you saw my live reaction video, I posted up the previous video before this. I'm just recording how I react to the decision, because I was like, oh my god, is it gonna be a robbery or is it gonna be the right decision? And you can tell by my reaction when they gave it to Bivol, and they announced that it's still the champion, still undefeated. I was in shock, like happy shock, because they actually gave it to the right winner, to the right fighter. And it was a close fight, no doubt. You can argue it was a close fight, but at the same time, you can argue there was a clear win for Dmitry Bivol. Like I said, I gave Canelo every single close round in this fight, and watching it once, I can give him at most 5 rounds. 5 rounds, Canelo. Some people had it wider. I can't blame you, because you can definitely give more rounds to Bivol. I don't know what game plan Canelo. I mean, it seems like their game plan was the similar game plan to Callum Smith. It looks like that was the same game plan they had here. But you got to keep in mind, he's going in there against a bigger, stronger fighter in Dmitry Bivol. Callum Smith was 168. This is at 175 pounds. And Canelo was, you can tell he was intentionally hitting the arm of Bivol, and you can tell by Bivol's arm, it was all marked up. Bivol said it himself that his arm hurt, and he much rather have his arm punched instead of his head. And Canelo was intentionally hitting that arm, and I guess he thought Canelo and his team probably thought that Bivol would probably have his left hand down, or it would be hurting, or it would be swelled up, or what. But based off what Bivol said in the post-fight press conference and post-fight interview, he said that he was expecting that game plan, that they were expecting that game plan from Canelo, him going for the arms, because they already saw that in the Callum Smith fight. And Bivol did a very good job boxing, staying disciplined, not taking too many risks, fighting in range, using the jab, following it up. I mean, these are things that we all kind of expected from Bivol to pull off the win, and he did it. I honestly just didn't think the judges would give it to him. And I've always gone early on in Canelo's rise to stardom. I've always went against Canelo, but I've always been wrong. And then I decided I can't go against him, and I went with Canelo in this fight, whether by its controversial decision or not. I thought Canelo was going to pull it off. I'm not the only one. I think a lot of people thought Canelo was going to win. I just didn't think he would actually lose by decision, man. It's crazy. If anything, if anything, kind of Bivol needed a knockout to win, but I guess he didn't need to. The judges got it right. The judges got it right. Imagine if Canelo went all out in that last round, the fight would have been a draw. Can you believe that? It would have been a draw, and oh my goodness, man, it would have been insane. I think people would be pissed off, but the judges gave it to the right man. The right person won, and I think I think I'm good with this, man. I think Canelo fans should realize that Canelo is human, that he can't beat everybody out there, that there's a reason why we have weight divisions, yo. There's a reason why we have weight divisions separating these boxers. Canelo was going for greatness. He was trying to challenge himself by moving back up to 175 pounds. This time, fighting a more in his prime light heavyweight champion, and in Dmitry Bivol. Kovalev was on his way out already when Canelo fought him, which is still a good win. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was still a very good win, but Bivol is still in his prime. He's still young. He's still fresh. Hasn't been in too many wars. Hasn't taken that much punishment. Bivol was ready for this fight, and Canelo. I don't think he. I don't think he should take the rematch. Honestly, I don't think so. I think for this next fight, I think he should just go straight to fighting Triple G. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, with this loss, Canelo suffers his second loss in his professional career. It's not a big setback in my opinion, because like I said, he moved up in weight to 175 pounds, and he can just go back down to 168. Like I said, there's a reason why we have weight divisions, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, a lot of people going into this fight don't even know who Bivol was. They thought he was just another champion. A lot of people don't even know what weight divisions are. A lot of casual fans don't know about weight divisions, and they don't realize that. Like, it's there's a reason why we have weight divisions, and this fight is proof of one of them. At least I think so. I think Canelo should realize now that he's not really a 175 pounder. That him versus Bivol and let's say Beterbiev, maybe those fights he can be competitive maybe against those fighters, but those are the fights that he can win. I mean, after seeing the decision, I think I'm more confident now that things will go the right way this time. After seeing this decision, at least I'm hoping so. I mean, you never know in the sport of boxing. Anyway, it's not the end of the world for Canelo. He'll be back. He'll be back in September, and it's either gonna be. He looks like he'll probably activate the rematch clause and a rematch against Bivol. Bivol, remains undefeated, 20-0, 11 wins coming by way of knockout or TKO, and he did it, man. He did it. I'm happy that the decision was right. And I think recently one of you guys commented mentioning that, how fucked up is it, excuse my language, but how fucked up is it that, we get surprised that the sport of boxing gives it to the right person. And it's true. I mean, over the years that I've been following the sport this closely, ever since, graduating high school, I really went more into following the sport. And you come across a lot of robberies over the years to the point where you get normalized by it, where you feel like it's normal, where somebody can get robbed. And that's why I honestly did not believe Bivol could win this fight by decision. But he did. He did. And I'm happy for the guy, man. I'm really happy for him. And so yeah, Dmitry Bivol looks like the rematch, or he can wait. If you look at 175 pounds right now, the 175 pound division, if you guys don't know, Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. are the two other champions. Beterbiev holds the IBF and WBC, and Joe Smith Jr. holds the WBO. They'll be fighting this June, and my hope is for Bivol to fight the winner of that fight. Hopefully fight the winner of that fight to become undisputed at 175, so that we can have a 175 pound undisputed champion of the world. But we will see. Anyway, enjoyed the fight. The undercard was okay. It wasn't super bad, like super crazy. I mean, it's a good thing the fight was like $60 if you are already subscribed with the zone, but it is what it is. Anyway, congratulations to Dmitry Bivol on the win. And as for Canelo, he'll be back. We will see Canelo back. It's not the end of the world. He'll still get paid millions and millions of dollars. People will still watch him fight. At least now, people will realize that Bivol is the real deal. Because going into this fight, a lot of people really thought this was going to be an easy fight for Canelo. He was going to go out there and walk Bivol, easily, walk him down easily, and win this fight by TKO or knockout. But Bivol did it. Bivol did it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.